Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Alright, time to pray to the god of dislikes again. Got a few big events going on in my life. Uh, while I was in Taiwan, I went to my grandmother's funeral, obviously. While I was there, I asked my grandmother, when she makes it to the other side, to talk to Mary Curie and have her set me up on a blind date. My dad was really upset that he thought it was not a fun joke to say at a funeral. The truth is, I was grieving in a different way, right? Uh, we had family members who were laughing at the funeral. We had family members who were making other small talk at the funeral. The truth is, everybody grieved in a different way, but my dad was really upset. He's very religious, and didn't take that joke very well until it actually happened. But at the time, he didn't take it very well. But you got to remember, last month I had a lot of success asking a lot of living people to set me up on blind dates, and it was time to ask grandmother as well. And I had a few people in mind. See, my grandmother and Mary Curie actually did coexist for a few months here on Earth, so I thought she would resonate with her very well. And I had a few of Mary Curie's descendants in mind that I was hoping to make a move on, especially uh, Evelina Falenta, a second place winner of Polish Idol Season 1. We have been chatting on Facebook for years, if you could believe it, and she even took a song suggestion from me during the Ukraine war. And she reminds me a lot of Mary Curie, both in the way they handled their love lives, right, and also when she was tending to the Ukraine refugees. It reminded me of when Mary Curie was tending to the wounded soldiers in World War One. It was very reminiscent of that. When I looked at that, I almost thought I went into a time warp. Right? Obviously, Mary Curie didn't have the ability to just click a few buttons and the whole world could see what she was doing right at the time. Right? But other than that, it was very. It was like, gee, did I go back in time? Right? And I had a few people in mind, and then there was a girl that I had met at a hostel 7 years ago when I was staying in Warsaw. Well, a few weeks after, just a week after the funeral, I was still in Taiwan when it sounds like there were some divine interventions. I had not used a dating app for years and years and years and years, and I don't know what inspired me to log into Bumble. To give you an idea how long it had been since I had used Bumble, I didn't realize that today Bumble now automatically sets your location to wherever you are. It's kind of weird because you would think some people, when they go on vacation, they still want to continue their dating activities back home, right? They don't want to meet somebody who's thousands of miles away from where. I don't know why Bumble would do that, right? But before I knew it, I was eating sushi with a girl that I had met in Taipei. Now, she didn't admit to this until much later, but she also hadn't used Bumble for some time. She had a situation that she had a frustrating situation in her life, and she went onto Bumble and just randomly swiped right about 1 million times. That's what she told me, and I feel sorry for her. But just some intervention. And neither of us were looking to meet anybody, especially not that far away. And I just feel completely torn apart by the whole situation because I don't really have any business moving to Taiwan. She doesn't have any business moving here either. And the other night, I was happy for her. I thought she was talking to somebody new, but that hasn't worked out for her either. So I'm just torn apart sitting here in the United States. And last week, I was at a back to school bash party on campus when I had another good conversation with a girl, this time a distant ancestor of Pierre Curie. So I like to think that Mary Curie is still thinking of me. And my dad isn't so upset anymore about that remark. The truth is that he was probably also very shaken up. My grandmother was 91 years old when she passed, but it's still, death is never an easy concept, no matter what your age, right? When I pass away at the age of thousands and thousands, I think it will still be a difficult concept for those around me. I don't think I'll have any children, but for whatever Mary Curie's relative I'm seeing at that, well, I'm sure it will still be a difficult concept for her, right? Uh, I wonder what happens if you're the first person to live to be thousands and thousands of years old, right? So, for example, when I was using Bumble, especially if I use it here in the United States, I can't put the age as it appears on my ID because I look so young for my age. Nobody will swipe right on that if they're looking for somebody who they think should be the age on my ID, which I don't believe is my real age. Now imagine that age is thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. And at that point in my life, my body will still be probably in my 40s or 50s, if I know who I am, right? And but my intellectual age will probably be more like tens of thousands at that point, right? Imagine how if it's hard now for me to use a dating profile, imagine how hard it will be at that situation, right? And plus, I don't think you could even put that big a number into, even if you wanted to, right? I'll definitely have to just put in what my body's age is at that point, right? But I get to see a distant relative of Pierre Curie, and I want you to continue praying for me as I go into that. And I'll have to think hard if I want to go back to Taiwan during the spring break holiday. This date with Pierre Curie's great 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 granddaughter will probably be the pivotal deciding factor on whether or not I want to continue with the girl in Taiwan. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, bum.